Hello and welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Mary Tobos from the Tidewater Arts Outreach. Welcome.
Thank you, Rory. It's great to be here.
It's good to have you here. Tell us, what is the Tidewater Arts Outreach? Because I had not, before talking with you, I had not heard about that.
Our mission at Tidewater Arts Outreach is to share the joy and the healing power of the arts with people who can't get out and experience the arts and who often have special needs or are in crisis, and they're in congregate care settings. So they're isolated from society. They're facing challenges, significant challenges oftentimes in their lives, and it's at these kinds of times and in these types of situations that the arts can have special and even profound impact.
Okay, now when you say the arts, let's define that a little bit. What kind of arts are we talking about? What kind of artists are we speaking of?
We employ musicians, visual artists, poets. We have programs that deal with drama. So really a dance, so the variety of arts offerings.
Okay, so let's give me an example. If you were going to, let's say you do nursing homes and things like that, right?
Our artists do present programs at nursing homes. This past month in October, we've had a harpist go and play harp music for people in nursing home and talk to them about the type of music. So she's engaging them in her music and in her process, and that's an important part of our programming. We have folk singers. We have sing-alongs. We had a young woman do ukulele sing-alongs.
Okay.
All kinds of instruments, all kinds of music, Polynesian folk dancing, hand hula, which is a Hawaiian form of dance using your hands, and it's very expressive. And actually, I'll segue there because we say that the instruments to heal are in our hands. And as artists, we employ a variety of tools to help engender creative self-expression opportunities. So it might be hand art that hula provides. It might be a blues harp. It might be a guitar. It might be one folk dancing troupe uses things like bullwhips to create noise and excitement.
Well, that'll keep people awake, huh?
Yes, and it does, and they're very lively. That's a Polish folk dancing troupe named Mikas, and a very special program that they present. So a variety of instruments, a variety of tools, paintbrush, pen and ink, paper, to song sheets to help people connect with each other and with their deeply held feelings, beliefs, and memories through the arts.
Okay, well that sounds like a tall order.
It is a tall order, but it's very rewarding work. I started the organization 10 years ago with a handful of artists. We've grown to the point where now we have hundreds of artists. Last year, nearly 250 artists took part in 300 programs that reached thousands of people in more than 70 locations throughout our 7 Hampton Road cities.
Right. Now I had down here that you have 20 to 30 programs a month.
That's right.
Wow.
And we have a waiting list of places that want our programs. We have a waiting list of artists who want to be involved. We work very hard to make as many matches as we can, but we're resource-driven like anyone else. So we've got a small part-time staff. It's a very grassroots organization. I spend a lot of my time out in the community raising awareness about the benefits of arts for people who have special needs. So that's a whole another topic. And then we also spend a lot of time helping raise awareness about the needs of people who are in these congregate care settings.
Right. Now that was my next topic. I was going to ask you about this. Let's talk about the type of people that you do this for.
Well, about 75% of the people we serve are in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. And they are often elderly, often they are frail, they're suffering from disease or disability, oftentimes they're near the end of their life. But I like to think about these people and these places as places where people are living. And oftentimes people live there for years and years in this one home or setting, and we're bringing the community in. We're providing artists with an opportunity to come and share their talents with people. We're also inviting community volunteers with an opportunity to come and interact with our artists and with these special needs clients in this client-centered arts experience. So we might have volunteers come in and paint pictures right at a table alongside with seniors. Some of these seniors might be nonverbal. Some of them might have a lessening of some of their senses, so might be losing hearing or sight or feeling. But the arts, through their flexibility and adaptability, can help meet people right where they are. And it helps our volunteers also. We say that the arts build a bridge. And so a song might help someone connect with memories from long ago, and might help this volunteer who's coming in, who doesn't necessarily know the population and the clients that we're reaching, connect right away through a song that they both know or can quickly catch on to, and that quickly changes the mood of a place and creates a celebratory feeling.
Right. I would assume that there's a benefit to the artist as well, besides being paid to do this. But they must get something, a rewarding experience from this too.
They do say that they're very rewarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these artists are, you hire these artists to go in and do this,
We do.
right?
Yes.
And so that takes income, money. So let's talk about, how do you get money? How do you raise money? How do you want to have people help you?
Well, and the programs are expensive to produce because we have to employ a part-time staff. We have to have office space and computers and phones and all of that. So the programs are costly to produce. Our budget this year is nearly $250,000. And we don't get fee for services, so to speak, but we ask the facilities that we serve to make a donation. And then we match those donations many times over in the community from individuals, from businesses, through our special events, like our golf tournament that we just held every fall. We have a Sea-Level Singer-Songwriter Festival that a group of volunteers have started that's running into its 7th year, and that happens in the spring. That generates a lot of income for us. It gives corporations an opportunity to sponsor a special event. We also present workshops, which are training opportunities for artists and for staff. And so there are sponsorship opportunities for those workshops, and we have a fee structure for those. And so we earn a little bit of money for them. A lot of it's a labor of love, though, and so a lot of fundraising has to go on. We write grants. That's another avenue for funding. So the local arts commissions, the Virginia Commission for the Arts helps fund us, about 5% of our overall fees. So it's a small number, but and the contributions might be small, but we work hard so that there are a lot of them, and they all add up.
So this is done from everybody, from just individuals in the community supporting you, businesses in the community supporting you,
Right.
And then of course you've got grants and your fundraising efforts of your
The special events.
special events. Yeah. Okay. So that sounds very interesting.
There has been a lot of community generosity. I think a big outpouring of support relative to the size of the organization. When we started 10 years ago, we were very small. The annual budget was only $4,000. And so it's really taken the entire community to create the organization that it is today. And I think people understand the need, and they see that there is loneliness, there is frustration. There are a lot of people who need community support. There are a lot of staff in long-term care situations doing great work. Hard jobs. They have difficult jobs, and they're very compassionate, and they're talented, but they deserve community support to help in the areas that they really don't have the time or the resources to meet, those areas that really affect overall quality of life. That can be the icing on the cake, so to speak.
I know my wife does a kind of a ministry thing where she visits, she has 5 nursing homes she goes to every week.
Wow.
And she visits the people that no one else goes to see. And so she has a certain number of people at each place that she goes to, and she does this every week. And I know there's a lot of loneliness there.
That's right.
There's a lot of, not just those people, but there's a lot of, some of these people she's been seeing for years.
Yes.
So I know what you said is exactly true. I mean, that's right.
Well, and as we age, we don't realize that because our life cycle is increasing. We're expected to live longer now. We don't stop to think, what is it we're going to do when we're 90?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to occupy our times, and who will we be with? And it's our position that the arts are something that people can do throughout life. Another part of aging is that as America ages more and as we live to later years and live longer, there will be greater incidences of Alzheimer's and related dementia.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, 1 in 3 people over the age of 85. And so that will be a large number by the time you and I, in 20 or 30 years, are up in that age range. And the arts, again, present a great opportunity for people with these conditions, these difficult prognosis, to engage and be stimulated and engage mentally and creatively.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting finding that creativity is one of the last areas to be lost in a person with dementia. Yeah?
Yeah.
So people with dementia who are no longer verbal can still sing. Will still chime into a song that they recognized as a younger person.
Just because you've got a problem, that doesn't mean you stop living. So, and you stop enjoying things. So it's good to give enjoyment where you can.
And then we work hard to bring the best in what is out there in arts, in health, to our community. For instance, there's a great project that was developed in New York called the Alzheimer's Poetry Project. And we're bringing that trainer to Hampton Roads in January to present a day-long workshop in how he uses poetry to connect with people with dementia. And it's fascinating and it's accessible. You and I could go and do this. We can read poetry. We can help people connect through poetry. We can help people write their own poems with the right kind of training and support. And that's the position that we take at Tidewater Arts Outreach, to be a resource to the community so that there are more arts in healthcare and in crisis care. We haven't really talked about the people in crisis that we serve, the homeless families in shelter, or the women victims of domestic violence, or the youth and adults who are independent care programming, living with things like cerebral palsy or Parkinson's disease, or profound intellectual disabilities. Tidewater Arts Outreach engages artists to meet the creative needs and the self-expressive needs of people in all of those situations.
Really? Oh. Okay, well, it's a bigger job than I thought. So we've talked about you having singers, you have dancers, you have keyboard players, harpists, artists, all kinds of talented people. And would you be wanting them to contact you or as well? Are you always looking for more people?
Well, and not only the artists themselves, but people, people who are, we'd love to hear from people who are interested in working with us to bring more arts to people in congregate care settings. And we also need the arts community's support and their knowledge of what we're doing. Just to know that we're out there is important, because there are lots of different ways that you can support this kind of work. And I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about it, and you have this information out through your program. I think it's wonderful.
You're welcome. You're doing a wonderful service for the community, and so from what I'm gathering is that people can help through donation.
Yes.
People could help if they're an artist. They may have a talent that could be useful. If they're not an artist, they might still be able to help.
As a volunteer?
Like reading poetry or something like that. God knows you wouldn't want me singing.
Well, we have a program host position, and that program host goes to our programs and augment the experience for the residents or the participants, because they're there participating in the program themselves, and so they're acting like a bridge from the artist to the audience members or the participants.
That's making both feel comfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's smart. That's smart.
So there are volunteer opportunities.
And then the last one was that even individuals, you don't have to be a business to contribute. Even
That's
individuals could contribute, and it doesn't matter if it's $5 or
That's right.
$500. So okay.
That's right.
Okay. So every little bit helps.
Yes.
Okay.
We're a United Way write-in agency.
Oh, you are.
So
Okay.
people can make donations through United Way. They just have to write in our name, and those funds will find us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything we haven't talked about? I'm sure there is, but is there anything that you wanted to talk about in this interview that I didn't mention?
Well, maybe the fact that our Sea Level Singer-Songwriter Festival happens in Norfolk in the spring. It's our largest fundraiser. It's a 3-day festival in early April that honors music and singer-songwriters, and so original artists who are creating their own music. It's a fun festival and we not only have singer-songwriters, we do have an art component through an Instruments of Art auction and gala that happens a couple of weeks before that festival. It's all on our website. It's twartsoutreach.org.
Okay. If you are a center that nursing home type center that deals with people that could use this program like this, then you may want to contact the Tidewater Arts Center. If you want to donate, you're able to do that through the contact information at the end of the video, also on this page. If you would like more information on the special events that they have coming up, that's also on this page. So also there's another video that will be at the bottom of this page that will give you additional information to consider. So whether you can donate, whether you can volunteer your time or volunteer your talent, give Mary a call, or contact her through the email or the website listed at the end of the video and at the bottom of the page. I thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Rory.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
All right.